into your reading. This is going to be a general message for you guys. So what happens here is we start off with some oracle cards to get a more general sense of your situation. And then as we move forward into the reading, we'll start to pull some tarot and go into more and more details and specifics, okay? So we have one oracle card so far from the Solace Oracle deck. And this is number 51, and it is called Catch and Release. So with this card, it does talk about feeling free and feeling like you can let go and have faith and trust in the universe, God, source, spirit, that you will be okay. Okay, it's also a message to tell someone here that everything is fine, everything is okay. The other thing that I was getting as I was channeling and prepping for your message today is somebody is pushing too hard or pushing the limit. And there is a message of you're good, right? Like you don't have to continue anymore. Like you've done enough or it's enough. Like you did your part, or you don't have to come back to do the thing, okay? It feels as though somebody does something and then they move away from it and then they go back and do more of it, and then they get away from it and then they go back and do more of it. So it's like pushing it to its limit. Someone is pushing something to its limit. And I mean, obviously we know that if you push something too much or you do something too much, like you break, right? Or something breaks, like you don't want this thing to break. So it does feel a message here of you are good. It's time to let that thing do whatever it's supposed to do. And you don't have to continue to work on it anymore or come back to it anymore. It is at its limit. It is ready. It is at its peak, right? Like, I don't know what we're talking about because talking to so many different people. So I don't know what this means to you, but that is a strong message that I got as I was channeling for you guys. But yeah, like catch and release. You got the thing. It's time to let it go, to come out of the cage, to come out of the box, to open up, to release tension, to say something, express yourself, to take action, right? So it's anything that has to do with the expression or the release of energy, and to free itself, okay? This could be in the physical, external, could also be internal, as in you have some mental blockages, some mental constructs that are conflicting and have you in a box in a sense, right? Like be more open-minded in a sense, and just let this thing play out how it's supposed to, regardless of what you do about it. The result is going to be the same. Okay, so you can resist it or you can try to control the process as much as you can, and that will create tension, or that'll create some anxiety or control mechanisms, things like that. Or you just have faith and trust, like I said, in the universe, God, source, spirit, that where you land is where you're supposed to be, right? Either way, you're going to get there. So the process of getting there, do you want to enjoy it or do you want to struggle? That's the question. All right, we're going to pull some oracle from the What's the Vibe deck. What are we dealing with today with the Leo, please? Leo, what's up with the Leos? Hope everyone is doing well. Don't forget to like the video. If you get anything out of today's message, I would really, really appreciate it. Nightlife, all right. So not specifically these words, okay, but striptease, gamble, Vegas, I don't know. But the nightlife, right, like being out and about, being in the scene, being part of a group or people know you, getting dressed, going out, maybe being a little bit destructive. Oh, as I say that. Yeah, so somebody here is definitely pushing it. Okay, here we do talk about, in a sense, pushing something to its limit. Okay, maybe you're going out a lot. Maybe you're being too destructive, making bad decisions. Maybe your vices and your addictions have got the best of you at this time, or someone you're dealing with. It's too extravagant. It's too much, right? Like, step back a little bit, slow it down a little bit. Like, you don't have to continue. You don't have to do this every night, or you don't have to, you know, pick up the drink when it's there, or I don't know. But this is definitely pushing things to its limit. Oh, done with this deck. What else, please? This is the Path of Shadows Oracle. Skull, transcendence, intuition, and power. Now, you may not necessarily, like I said, be partying and living it up in this way, but this does have to speak, this does talk about bad choices and being destructive in some ways. So what does that mean to you, right? Like, how are you destructive? Guidance or lantern, guidance, illumination, hope. Maybe it's a lack of direction. Maybe you feel like you're not on a path at this time and you're just like sort of flowing with it. I feel like the energy of pushing something to its limit, like you do something and you get away from it, but then you do it some more and you get away from it. It's like when you come back to do the thing, you want to feel. I feel like somebody here is numb. Okay, there is a sense of like begging and yearning for the universe to give you something to feel. Like, so that's why when you're destructive or people do destructive things, they want the reaction of the situation to hit them so they can feel something, right? And so when you're pushing the limit and you're going back to the thing, you want to break it. You want a situation to come out of it so you can like be in a sense inside of a dramatic moment or feel the energy of the break when something actually explodes or when something actually I don't know, changes form in some way, right? Because you're pushing it to its limit. Does that make sense? And so you want to see how far something can go. If you're in a relationship, if you're in a relationship or you're dealing with a person romantically, you may be pushing them away or like poking as much as you can to get a reaction, to see how much it can take, right? To see if they will come back. So we're looking at the underbelly of your behaviors right now. Where are these behaviors coming from? Why do you have to push this thing or push this person so hard to get a reaction from them so they can prove something to you, or you can prove something to yourself that you were right about them, right? Like, let's just say people with abandonment issues and, you know, if unchecked and unhealed, right? They project it in these ways of, I'm going to always break up with the person. I'm always going to leave them. I'm going to push them away just so they can see if their person will actually leave them or quote unquote abandon them, right? Because they have abandonment issues. So they're trying to test it. They're trying to prove something unconsciously or subconsciously, of course, right? So I don't know if this is you or you have another type of trauma that you're dealing with that causes you to force things, but essentially that's what you're trying to accomplish when you do that. So with these two at the bottom, guidance, illumination, hope, transcendence, intuition, power, this is saying, obviously, to become aware with the light and see where your behaviors are coming from and try your best to transcend it, to change it, to use your willpower, the inner power that you have to make changes. And I feel like somebody here is at the beginning of these changes, or maybe you're just starting to realize this or starting to see this for yourself. I don't know. But we'll get more detail, okay? All right, let's start to pull some tarot here. I'm going to go into your personal energy at this time. Mind, heart, body, soul. Leo, what is Leo dealing with at this time? It's like old behaviors, or like, how long can you live this way? How long can you do these same things over and over? How long can you be ignorant or in denial to the fact that your destructive tendencies are deeper? There's a deeper root to that. It's not, there's more to heal. There's more to touch on. So you can heal that, right? Like when we're destructive, there's a underlying reason for that, a psychological reason. Leo, please. Okay, yes. Yes, the moon talks about sensitivities and, you know, having some psychic powers, or talks about things that are unsaid, that are secret or kept hidden, but it is very, very much a psychological energy, okay? This is the raw inner parts of ourselves, the parts of ourselves that only we know, right? This is our personal, private relationship that we have with ourselves, the dialogue, the thought process, the belief systems, right? The criticisms, the judgments that we have of ourselves that we don't speak on, the insecurities that we don't speak on, the insecurities that we overcompensate for in the physical. Queen of Cups, beautiful. Page of Pentacles. You want a change. And the Queen here, the Queen of Water, she's craving it. She's thirsty for feeling. All right. The Queen of Cups with the moon. You're trying to create something with the Page of Pentacles, a new push, a new surge of energy, a new surge of feeling. Okay, you're trying to elevate it and like fill it up as much as you can in some way. Like you're going deep, you're going down, okay? There is a lot of sleep time work that your spirit, even like, I'm getting like DNA or like body healing while you are sleeping. There's like, I don't know if somebody here is doing meditation or like guided sleep meditations. But if you're not doing that, please look that up. That works miracles if you do them enough and you do them right. But it's just like this transcendence, transformation from within. Someone is transforming and changing from within. And the feeling and the emotions that you want to have, either something in your external is triggering you to feel certain things that you've never felt before, or you are yearning to feel these things. So if you're pushing something to the limit and you're being destructive and doing all of that because you are crying, your inner child is crying for this connection, it could be you don't even know what you want, but your soul wants it so badly that your human, your ego part of you is reacting. It's like this sense of like, I don't know what's going on. Like if you're saying, I don't know why I feel this way. I don't know why I'm doing these things, right? Like, I don't know why. It's because there's something deeper in your soul, in your spirit that is pushing this out, and you have not pinpointed what it is. This is you wanting to acknowledge your soul, right? Your higher self wants you to acknowledge something, to see something about yourself that you have been blinded to, that you cannot see, that you don't even know. It's a part of yourself that needs to come out at this time of your life. And you are like, what is this? Like trying to figure it out or get used to it or something like that, because it's super new. Okay, this is like a really spiritual reading. Somebody here is yearning for connection, and maybe you think it's in the physical and you need to like go to people and you're trying to grab onto people, but this is a spiritual connection. Okay, it's like you cannot touch this thing and you're trying to reach for it and you can't grab it. It's intangible because it's in the spiritual world. You have to grab it spiritually. You have to touch it spiritually. This is not physical. And you may be projecting this physically by being destructive with people. But go to church. And I'm not religious. I do church for a reason when I have to. I do feel that the Catholic, Christian, God, right? Jesus, whatever, is a more earth-based energy. So when I need to feel grounded or when I need help, right, on the material, physical plane and this earth, I will connect or reach out to Jesus or in the church. I do prefer a Catholic church over a Christian church. I don't even think I've ever stepped into a Christian church, but I know Christian people. And this is just my belief system. You don't have to agree with it. It doesn't matter. But does that make sense? Like here, it's like, because it is so physical, the reach that you're grabbing onto is so physical. The Catholic Church or the Christian God, deity that they believe in, right? Jesus or whatever saints, they work more in the physical realm. So that's why I'm picking up on a church thing, or like go to a temple of some sort, because it's physical. And that's where you can connect the physical with the spiritual. Okay. I don't know. Hope that makes sense to somebody here. Okay. Let's see what's in your environment. You have the Knight of Swords. So yeah, there could be someone else in your environment. So people, places, situations, circumstances here is what we're looking at, the external world. Three of Wands. King of Pentacles. Yeah, definitely someone there. There's a lot of communication with this person, a lot of back and forth exchange of something. You may be expressing to them, or they are expressing to you in more passionate, desirable, fiery ways. All right. There is a feeling of direct approach, right? Like maybe a little aggressive, and speaking your mind. Maybe you are messaging things that you're thinking about, or there's just like this really assertive approach of telling someone whether how you feel, telling them your situation, waiting on them. With the Three of Wands, there is a sense of waiting for something. Maybe you're waiting for them to act a certain way, to treat you a certain way, to behave a certain way, or maybe they are waiting on you to do that. And I think that somebody here is trying to be as honest as they can. The King of Pentacles is a good counterpart for a Queen of Cups, male or female, on both sides. I don't know. Because they bring that solid, grounded, stable, earthly energy to a Queen of Cups, male or female, who is certainly going through a really emotional time where it does feel like they are flowing in the waters of emotion and feeling. That's why they are looking for a Page of Pentacles, solid, grounded, material opportunity. The King of Pentacles is here to help with that and provide that. But I think that they are waiting for the Leo to approach them, to speak to it, to be serious. I'm getting somebody here is waiting on the Leo to be serious. Because a King of Pentacles, male or female, can definitely be serious. Let's get some more information on this King of Pentacles, male or female. The Emperor. Yeah, they're completely in control here. Seriously. We're on the right track, guys, with the Queen of Cups. You have the Queen of Cups to clarify the King of Pentacles. And then the Knight of Swords at the bottom. Same card as that. So this King of Pentacles has influence over this Queen of Cups person, or vice versa, right? Like there could be a little bit of a power play. It does feel that this King of Pentacles, male or female, has feelings and cares about this Queen of Cups very much. But there is something here saying that they know that something is over and they're accepting it as much as they can. They're the ones with the direct approach saying, hey, like, I tried, or I was there, or something like that. Maybe this queen is male or female, is too emotional, too sensitive, to to be in a dynamic with a person so powerful and I want to say controlling. It's so, as a, how can I say, like, I can identify with each queen, I can identify with each king, right? But I am a water sign through and through, right? I have a Cancer stellium, I have a Scorpio first house, right? Like, there's a lot of water in my chart, and I do associate with the Queen of Cups. So I can say, and I know you're a Leo, so it's different, but you're coming up as an emotional, sensitive, gentle, right? Like your power comes from your emotion right now, especially. But it's really easy for people to want to control a Queen of Cups energy, a Queen of Cups archetype, because the Queen of Cups, male or female, comes through as a more sensitive, fragile, like other people see the Queen of Cups and it's like, I want to help them. I want to take care of them, right? Because we can be destructive and we can be all over the place, right? Because we're so emotional, we're flowing. But it doesn't mean that we are helpless, like we can handle ourselves. It's just the perception that other people have of a Queen of Cups type of person. So this more earth-based person over here is really wanting to control and put their foot down and protect and provide and take care of, this Queen of Cups here, but there's something missing. There's a gap and it's not happening right now. Okay. This Queen of Cups, male or female, is on a spiritual path, on a more emotional path. They want deep, deep, deep connection. Whereas this King of Pentacles person is more in the upper levels. Okay. I can say maybe superficial levels of materialism, the physical world, right? So there's a gap there, and that's probably why it's not working out right now. Okay. So let's go into more detail and get more info. We're also going to read these cards as though it's the next 30 days. So we're going to break down the next 30 days for you, see what's coming through. What does Leo need to anticipate? What does Leo need to prepare for? Know what is coming their way the next 30 days. Also, I can say that with the Queen of Cups personality, once a person, especially this type of person, tries to come in and to control, there's a natural, instinctual defiance that comes with that, which means it goes into this stuff, right? They will do the opposite of what someone wants them to do. So maybe this is another reason why you're being destructive, okay? And you're pushing the buttons. You're pushing this person to their limit. So maybe some of you are dealing with your parent or whoever it is. Maybe you find yourself saying like, you're not my mom, you're not my dad, or like things like that, you know. I can do what I want. And it's like the catch and release card here of not being controlled. All right. 4 of Wands. 6 of Pentacles. Ooh. Look, the Queen of Cups has come out 3 times in this reading. One more. So in the next 1 to 2 weeks, this is the energy coming through. You have a 4 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and 5 of Wands. So you're definitely coming into conflict with other people and their reasons, right? Like the 5 of Wands is about a group of people or a pair that are just, they're not seeing eye to eye, right? They have their own agenda. They have their own reasons and motives and wants, desires, right? That they're trying to do that. So it's like, I want this. And the other person's like, well, I want this. And so there's a lot of clash. There's no flow, you know, these two people or this group of people, they're not in sync. And the Queen of Cups, I feel, is noticing this now, noticing how people are just not compatible, right? Trying to be compatible with the 6 of Pentacles, trying to see where the commonalities are, right? To come together in a more union-based, and I'm trying to do this, I don't know why, dynamic, right? Where 2 people are on the same page. And no relationship or group is perfect, right? The flaws and the strengths of one person, in order to have a like peaceful union, I would say, the flaws and strengths of one person should, what is the word? Like, should be good with the flaws and strengths of another. Does that make sense? Like those should come together because we're all flawed and we all have strengths, but certain ones just conflict, whereas others play well together. Does that make sense? So I don't know, somebody here is trying to see like, can we play well together? Can we be compatible or not? You know, but in order for things to work out like that, most of the time, the people need to bring their pride down, right? And see each other from a human to human perspective instead of the ego. And the ego says, this is what I want of you. I want you to be this way, to treat me this way, blah, 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 blah. That's the ego coming out, which will always, no matter what, create a Five of Wands situation where there's conflict and incompatibility. Instead of complete acceptance that your person is who they are, strengths and flaws completely, and you have zero desire of changing them, right? You accept them for who they are and them you. And that's how you alleviate a Five of Wands conflict situation. So this sense of controlling someone has to go. And this is probably why this is not working out at this time, whether that is a romantic situation or a family, work. I don't know what this is, but it's just not working. And this Queen of Cups is like, I know what I need to do now, right? Like, I know I need to go, and whatever comes into my life next needs to have compatibility, right? Needs to lack the control issues or, you know, whatever, right? Like by experiencing this dynamic, you know now what you don't want in the future. And there's no one to blame, you know, like that's another thing. We don't have to blame the other person. There's that Emperor again, right? It just is. If this person cannot see that yet or is not capable of it, right? Like there's no fault or judgment. They have no capacity to see this or to know this yet, right? And maybe ever, who knows? Some people are just not made that way. And that's for whatever reason, right? That's their journey. That's their lesson. Those are their lessons. Like, it's none of your business. Okay, so next 2 to 3 weeks, mid-month here, the next 30 days, Two of Wands, the Emperor, the Star, the Five of Pentacles. So you have two fives here. There's definite, like, blockages, for sure, right? There's conflict. There's things that you need to overcome, things that are coming in your way that just have to be dealt with, right? Just like life happens. I don't know if someone is asking you to make a choice or you're asking someone to make a choice. It's like on paper, it's beautiful, right? Like there's so much value and substance that can be had with this relationship dynamic here. But it's lacking spiritual, deep connection. It's like when people marry for money or for status, or, you know, when it just looks good on paper, but it's so dry and empty inside, right? Feels like that. There's definitely something lacking here with the Five of Pentacles. Someone is yearning and longing for their vision, their ideal, right? Whatever it is that is, their wish come true, their higher self, like wanting this better timeline, this better reality, this better life here with the Star. And wanting control back. I feel that somebody wants to take control back. Like somebody wants to take their life back. Like I'm in control now of myself, you know. I don't need to be following rules. I don't need to be accommodating anyone anymore. I don't need to listen, right? I'm in control of myself. I can make my own decisions. I can do what I want. Like it feels very strongly like that. And someone has made that decision to step up and put their foot down and be like, okay, like this is what it is. You know, you don't have to like it and you don't have to keep it, like telling somebody, but this is what it is. Beautiful. King of Wands, or another person coming through here. Now, if you're looking for that connection, the King of Wands is definitely capable of providing that. Oh my gosh. So the end of this 30-day period, what to expect is whether this, it doesn't feel to me, and maybe it's different for everybody, but it doesn't feel to me that this King of Pentacles is capable of turning into a King of Wands and doing all of this emotional, like having this completely emotional, passionate, intense connection. This feels different. This feels like it's not, like it's a new person, it's another person. Or it could be like a form of you, right? You have been able, with the Queen of Cups, male or female, to understand now what you've been projecting. You've been able to understand that you're yearning for this love, you're yearning for this connection, and you're confident now about that, right? Like that's where you take control back of yourself to go and look for and cultivate the star, which is your higher vision of what you want. And you can see the setbacks, so you can see where you're lacking, right? Where you need to go and focus so you can create your star higher vision. And with that creates this sense of confidence with the King of Wands here, that you can accomplish anything, you could do anything. And obviously we're reading for a Leo fire sign. You know, you turn into this more in control version of the fire sign that you are here with the Muse of Inspiration or the King of Wands. At the same time, it does feel like there is an emotional connection with this King of Wands, whoever this is. There is a more gentle, like sultry, I'm getting sexual, I'm getting like the feminine, masculine, right? Like whether it doesn't matter your gender, but like that meshing together, you know, with the Knight of Emotions. Like this is starting to feel more softer. And the Nine of Swords, the Six of Wands, the threat, the overthinking, the anxiety or the fears are being overcome because there's more understanding and love here with the Knight of Cups some way, right? There's this feeling of gentle, like someone is being noticed and seen and appreciated or acknowledged, right? Like certain feelings are acknowledged, things like that, which is dropping the fear and the anxiety here with the Nine of Swords. Whatever happens at the end of this 30-day period, whatever you were stressing about, whatever you were fearful about, you overcome that with the Six of Wands. You overcome that, okay? All right, what is a good takeaway message for the Leo, please? This is the Enchanted Path Oracle. Manifestation. Focus on what you truly desire. The universe will respond. That's what I was saying in the beginning, right? With this catch and release card of like, however, like it's going to end the same way, regardless of how you go about it. So by you getting rid of these fears, you know, by you keeping that higher vision of what you want, by you really acknowledging what it is that you're feeling, you know, and then building on that to create this higher sense of your desire so you can start to manifest that and bring that to life and attract it. Okay. But on top of that, you do have some things to deal with, right? The conflict, this person, where you're lacking, which is fine. Those are all actions, right? We can't manifest without taking action as well. But throughout all of that time, you are doing a lot of internal work and a lot of emotional work here, which is beautiful. At the end, you overcome this situation, and you feel accomplished. Okay. All right, Leo, I hope this helped someone. If it did, again, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. Thank you so much for your time and energy. Good luck, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.